Hi all, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girija Patel. Before you ask for money again, the foundation has to be solid, right? So the way you first do that is by believing in yourself. I know this sounds crazy, like what? Of course, we all know that. No, a lot of times what happens is that we have an idea, but then the more we hear and talk to other people, which is also a good thing, talk to your peers, network, understand what the market needs, understand the business, and that's just the whole getting the business idea out, right? And developing it. But sometimes you'll have a lot of naysayers also. And if that dream is just very pronounced in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit, you're just like, no way, this keeps popping up. This is not going away. You know there's something to it. Deep down, your gut is saying, stick to it, move forward. So eliminate all the noise, lean into the advice that you're getting that you feel is aligned, even if it's negative criticism, but if it's aligned with what your path is and aligned with what your thinking is, then take that into consideration, but believe in yourself, believe in your dream, believe in what you have thought up of. And you need to have the courage and the boldness to tell others why your idea is awesome, how it's needed, and why what you are doing is the solution, and why it's a good solution, and why you're the best person to offer that solution, whether that solution is a product or service or something. But it is why you are the best at it and why this is the best solution. So have that confidence, have the boldness to communicate that. And if that means getting your elevator pitch ready, because that's absolutely necessary, get that elevator pitch ready and filter out everything else that doesn't make sense and start cleaning it up a little bit. So each time you give that pitch, you're gonna clean it up some more the next time, I promise you that, and it's okay. But be bold and be courageous in your dream, because if you're not invested in it, nobody else will be. If you don't believe in yourself, why the heck will anybody else believe in you? So you have to be your biggest cheerleader and biggest supporter. Having the right network and being able to tap into that is also everything. So let's talk about that. Some of my best tips with regards to how do we start? Where do we look into? Who do we talk to? And some of the things that I did in my business that really helped the organic growth in my business, but also helped me gain exposure to my clients, my ideal client, but then also in the areas that I'm wanting to really foster a relationship to bring growth in myself as well. So there are 3 different areas that I would definitely ask you to look into. One would be, where is your ideal client hanging out? Number 2 is, where are your industry people hanging out? And number 3 is, where is your growth going to be hanging out? Have those hard conversations in the beginning. A lot of times people are scared to have the hard conversations, or scared to have the conversations about money or how the money should be paid, or other terms that end up popping up to be really important or disruptive during the course of the relationship, and that can also cause a lot of problems with regards to the momentum of the work that you're doing and the workflow. So it's really important to have those hard conversations in the beginning. Conversations that sometimes with regards to money or even cancellation policies, and then that way you are putting it up in the beginning of the relationship, you're putting it up in the onboarding process, but it's a soft exposure to it. It's a softer way of having that conversation rather than when you're in the weeds of the problem. So you can tell them that, listen, this is my policy, and my policy is because of XYZ reasons. I want to make sure that I'm giving the best quality and services that I can give, but the only way I can do that is for me to ensure that you are in this to win it with me, and I need to make sure that you are doing XYZ as well. Those conversations can be difficult, and over time they'll become easier, but it's really important to have the hard conversations in the beginning rather than at the time of the contract or post-contract when you have an issue. Have a separate bank account if you can. I highly recommend that for your business, and also a separate credit card. You want to have separate accounting for your business and your personal, and always have clear accounting between the business and the personal. So if there's ever money that you are loaning to the company, then whenever you return it back or reimburse it, make sure all of that is logged properly and there's a record of it. So it doesn't look like you are commingling your funds and now you're tapping into your business for your personal, because that takes away a lot of the protections that you might be having under an LLC or under a corporation also. So make sure that you have a separate business bank account, and also a credit card is highly recommended as well. Very important in a contract is the termination clause itself. You need to have something that is solid, something that navigates both parties on how to terminate, even if it's literally end of the road for the contract itself and it's, coming to a termination date in the contract. But say again, the early termination is there. So you want to have in your contract how to terminate the contract or the business contractual obligations. What do you need to do? What's the roadmap on that? How does it look like? So of course, notice is important. And then how many days notice do you need to give with regards to termination? And then are you going to have reasons to terminate, or is it at will? Anybody can terminate for whatever cause at any given point in time. And then how is the money going to be handled? How are you going to exchange monies at that time for the services or goods that have been given or not been given, and for the money that has been paid or not been paid? And is there a refund involved in there for any advances that have been paid or retainers that have been given? So these are all important things to have, but then also have a step-by-step process. I'm giving notice, I'm going to be terminating. This is what we have to do with the money. This is what we have to do with whatever's left over with regards to the services or the goods. And if there is a dispute, we're going to give ourselves time to figure that one out also. But the notice is there, and parties might stop or they may not stop performing under the contract, depending on what the contract is about. And then at the end of that, they're free to leave, free of obligations and duties under that contract. So it's very important to have a termination clause in there, so that way you can easily navigate yourselves out of a contract. Again, share, leave a comment, and leave a review, follow, and subscribe. Please, please, please. Okay, bye.